Welcome back everyone to today's second video, and we're going to be doing an ECMWF 42-day forecast. So having a look at the weather for next month and even a bit more into the future than that. So let's get straight into this. We're not going to waste any time. So this is week 1, the 8th to the 15th of July, and this is the current situation that the ECMWF is predicting. Low pressure out in the Atlantic and driving winds up from the southwest. So it still looks unsettled, but maybe a little bit warmer with that. There's high pressure building to our east though, which is going to start to try and get something very warm in, but it's just being beaten out by the Atlantic at that point anyway. Okay, let's have a look at the precipitation chart. Okay, precipitation doesn't look great, does it? So Scotland and Northern Ireland may be a little bit drier just there, but most of the UK looks very wet for week 1, as you can see, them dark green colours, and same for most of Western Europe. So that isn't a good start, really. Temperatures look like this. Once again, it ain't looking very good, is it? Not a good start to the 40-day forecast if you're looking for any sort of heat. We are below average temperatures across the whole country, except from the southeast. Might just be getting a little bit warmer off the continent, but except from that, it's looking very, very cool for most of Western Europe. It is very hot over here, though. Eastern Europe. We'll see if that manages to reach us eventually, but it looks quite bleak for us for week 1. Okay, now let's do week 2. This is the 15th of July to the 22nd of July, and it looks a lot better. That low pressure is retreating up towards Greenland and Iceland, and we start to see the high pressure building in the south and over the country, and this will bring the winds up from a very warm and sunny southwesterly wind. Maybe a little bit wet for parts of Scotland with the low pressure quite close. Maybe we'll bring it a bit more of a cooler wind direction. But for central and southern parts, it looks quite mild and sunny with that outcome. Precipitation charts look like this. Looks a lot better. I can tell them wetter conditions going more towards northern Europe. Scotland maybe just a bit in the middle, Northern England same, but central England and southern England looks quite good, and with drier than average charts for week 2. We haven't seen that in a while. Okay, temperatures look like this, a bit in the middle, just because we've only just started off with that westerly wind, and you can see these mild temperatures what will be coming in on the westerly winds into the country, but at the moment the leftovers from that cool spell are still just there with this cooler area to the west of us, but we look a little bit above average off the continent just there, so it does look like we'll be turning a little bit warmer for week 2 if that comes off. Okay, week 3, the 22nd of July to Monday the 29th of July 2024 looks very nice. Ooh, this could be good. Okay, so low pressure possibly here and up here. High pressure dominating over most of Europe. Strongest high pressure look like it's going to be over us, so we're either going to be bringing in a southwesterly like that, or we might be getting a bit of like something a bit like that, maybe around that high from the east, but that would probably be quite warm because the continent is very warm because of this area of high pressure here is going to be dragging in southerly winds for them. So if we do get wind coming off the continent, it could be quite warm, but it looks like it could be westerly, that because it's going to be like going around the high pressure the winds are, so we're probably going to look something like that. So it could be quite mild with that and dry. Sun, if it's sunny, then that is the main thing, okay? Precipitation anomalies look like this. Looks quite good, dry for the whole country, and actually most of Europe. As you can see, it's dry all the way from there to there. Really, we have to go all the way down to the southern end of Spain to find something a bit wetter than average, or out in the Atlantic there. And Europe's very dry, except for maybe a couple of countries, a bit around average here. But it looks quite good, that does, for a drier and more sunny week. Maybe summer arriving a bit late this year. Temperatures for week 3 are looking like this. Once again, looking quite good now. A bit below average in France and Germany, in them sort of areas. South of Spain a little bit cooler. But then most of the map, except from in the North Sea, is milder than average. And it is looking very nice over the UK there. Even though the signals are weakening, we've still got that above average temperatures looking good. Okay, week 4 is 29th of July to the 5th of August 2024, and it looks even better because that high pressure moving a little more west, which is going to allow the winds from coming from a proper long fetched westerly there, and the air probably originating from around here towards the warm sea over here. What be very warm, bring some very mild air up, and it looks dry once again. Especially for eastern parts of the country and central parts, where they're going to be getting a bit more of a southerly as well there. But it's looking very good wind direction there, and a very nice week if that comes off for the start of August. Precipitation very dry again, maybe parts of northern Europe going a bit wetter once again. Oh, and out in the sea over here. Spain looking a bit around average, Scandinavia going a bit wetter. And we look below average precipitation, so another dry week if that happens. So maybe the trends from this morning on the 10 to 14 data looking quite likely with ECMWF as well. Okay, so temperatures, once again, this is the best temperature chart yet. We're dragging the wind in from around here as well, and it's full of very mild air, warm air. It's dragging up and it's looking very nice temperature. Parts of France and Germany once again looking a little bit below average because it's probably bringing in from the northeast. But most of Europe once again, most of the map is quite warm with that. It looks very good. Okay. And finally, week 5 is going to be looking like this. So week 5 may be going a little bit cooler again, because as you can see, with this week, we're sort of bringing the winds either round the ridge there to be mild on week 4, but now we've got a shift in the high pressure to more northern, more west. It's pushed that way a bit, so there's probably going to be some high pressure sitting up here as well. Low pressure troughs probably here and here, and we're probably going to be in a bit of a cooler situation, but still looks quite dry with high pressure centered over the country. So maybe another dry week there, but turning a little bit cool. Let's see what the temperature looks like. No, precipitation still above average, below average. Drier signal, I think. Signal getting quite weak now. And finally, the temperature for the 5th to the 12th of August is looking quite nice again, as you can see. And winds probably going around the ridge off this mild Atlantic, and it's looking quite warm again. So that looks quite good for August, especially. Okay, thanks everyone for watching that video. That is going to be your ECMWF 42 day forecast and your second video of the day done. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.